हेलो। somewhere, but I think it's so different for everybody. My wife, it took her several weeks to really feel back to normal. Roll of the dice. I was worried you weren't going to make it today. Have you done meetings this week? Welcome to the Pingstons. Welcome, Judy. Kate, is this on? No. Yeah? Can you hear me? Through the microphone.
Can you hear me?
Okay. We can do that. Testing, testing. Can you hear me now? All right.
Hi.
Hi, Jan.
Test.
Yeah, I guess so.
All right, Angela is here, so we can go ahead and get started. Good afternoon, everybody. That's fine. So amongst, so we have, I don't even know, 20, 21 life plan communities within the Human Good Organization. And we always have healthy competitions amongst the communities. There's all these like really boring or really exciting metrics that we look at, and we compete with each other. I don't know if they all know that we're competing with them, but we are. But there's not a competition, but I should suggest it for best dressed and best looking community, because I think we'd win. Anyways, thank you. Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to our State of the Business meeting. We, as always, have a lot to get to. Before we get into, well, I guess the first thing I want to get into is I'd just like to take a moment and take a moment to think about and remember those residents who we have lost since the last time we got together. So Betsy Doyle, Howard Summers, and Janice McGibbon. I think all of us have had different relationships and different connections and different moments that we will cherish forever, that we've had with each of these residents, and we know that they are and they will continue to be missed. I would like to welcome Bill Penrod to come up to the front. Bill has prepared a song as well as a dance, and we'd actually like to invite his backup dancers to come forward. So every month we take a few minutes at the start of the State of the Business meeting to recognize the team members from a different department. And I know there are some photos that we're missing, and if your photo is missing, I apologize, but send me one and we'll add it to it. But Bill, I'll just pass it over to you for.
Thank you, Bradley. And it's actually Elsa who's going to sing and Miriam who's going to dance. Well, thank you for having us. It is our pleasure to be here today. We have a very shy bunch, but I'm going to ask them to show some courage here as they do on the floor upstairs every day. We're going to have you introduce yourself, your title, and how long you've been here, because I think that says a lot about who we are as the health center upstairs. And I want them to know it's an absolute pleasure for me to serve with them every day. Bradley's going to share something that happened yesterday, and they're heroes every day. So I just want you to remember that. So why don't we start with our leader?
Hi, good afternoon. My name is Jinky. I'm the Director of Nursing, and I've been here almost 7 years.
Oh my God. I'm Jeanette, wound care nurse, and I've been here for about 8 years.
My name is Lady. I'm the infection prevention nurse. I've been here for 5 years.
Hi, my name is Kazel. I'm here for, I think, 6 years as a PN nurse.
Hi, my name is Kenneth. I have been here more than 3 months.
Yeah, I'm gonna sing now. Okay, my name is Miriam Miner. I'm an LVN and I'm one of the nurses on the second floor, and I'm nervous. And I've been here for about 2 months.
Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Elsa. I'm one of the nurse here for almost 16 years. Yeah. And thank you. And recently they promoted me as a nursing supervisor. So I've been doing it since October. So welcome and thank you so much. And we appreciate and we're glad to help everyone once they come along. Thank you so much.
Hi, my name is Celestine, licensed nurse, and I've been with TLG for 4 years.
Hi everyone, I'm Carlo. I've been here for 10 years.
Good afternoon. My name is Imelda. I've been here for 4 years.
As you can see, we have a group that's been here a long time. Bradley mentioned that we compete with others, and we don't know if they're competing with us. But this is the best health center in the entire organization. We've got the best nurses, the best team, the highest production. Just proud of this team, and they all here serve because Jinky took on the role in October, and that has helped our turnover, and it's amazing what you've done, Jinky. So thank you, and thank you to all of you.
So I want to just, like Bill did as well, just express my appreciation for each one of you. I've had the opportunity to get to know many of you, and some of you more closely than others. Each one of you brings something really special to the health center. Your skills, your compassion, everything that you bring to the health center is appreciated not only by me, but more importantly by the people that you serve. I mentioned earlier, there's all sorts of boring metrics that we look at. And there are a lot of sort of, depending on who you ask, boring metrics that we look at. One of them is, let's see if I can explain this in a simple way. So there are, I don't know how many skilled nursing beds there are in Santa Clara County. Mark, do you have any idea?
There's 65 other skilled nursing.
Okay, so 65 skilled nursing facilities. Each one probably has on average between 90 and 100 beds. So whatever the math is, a lot of skilled nursing beds. We have 59 beds in our humble, modest little health center upstairs. And a larger percentage of residents that need skilled nursing care come to the terraces of Los Gatos than any other skilled nursing facility. Not because we're the biggest, but because you're the best. Before we let you go, we have a system that we use called Inspire Me, and it's kind of an internal tool that we use to express our appreciation to our team members. And I want to share something that Bill actually wrote yesterday on behalf of the health center. He said, "I'm so proud of the health center team." And this was, Bill wrote this morning, but it was for an incident that took place yesterday. "I'm so proud of the health center team for saving a resident's life. The team took immediate action when a resident lost consciousness due to choking on food. Eugenia jumped right in, and performed the Heimlich. Immediately following her was Jeanette to help get the resident on the floor for CPR. Mark Rivera in the back. Lady and Mark rushed to get the crash cart, and Star, who's not with us right now, alerted the entire team. Many others put their training and preparation into action. The resident is alive and well because the team stayed calm and followed their training. Very proud of the team for exhibiting courage in a life-threatening situation. Thank you for that. And I know that's something that you do on a regular basis. It's just part of what you do, and that's what makes each of you so wonderful. We appreciate you so much. And now, if you can, the song. No, I'm just kidding. Thanks, everybody. All right. Next, we are fortunate to have a wonderful community advisory board. I'd like to take a moment to ask any present members of the community advisory board to stand up so that we can recognize you. And as we always do, we've asked one of our advisory board members to come on up and give us the opportunity to get to know him a little bit better. So Brian Bernasconi.
Hi, everybody. It's nice to see you guys again. I just like being in person so much better than on Zoom. I can't stand another Zoom meeting, I don't think. And this place is always such a delight. You guys are so lucky. I mean, just hearing all of the accolades given to the staff here. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Brian Bernasconi. Some of you might know my mom, Barbara Bernasconi. I don't know who knows her. She is alive and well. She's just no longer living here due to some family circumstances, but she is doing well and in good health, as good as her health can be. So you also may remember my kids. Maya worked in the dining room. She is graduating from high school in just a week or so. And my son Dominic, who some of you might remember also, is a junior in college at University of Nevada, Reno. And I have been on the advisory board for some 5-something years. And so I really feel like I'm getting a little choked up, but I really feel like I'm part of this family. We've all kind of lived here and worked here and volunteered here for so long that walking in feels like home. And so again, I just am so impressed by the staff and the care that's given to everybody and the care that's given back to them, right? I know that they appreciate being recognized and cared for themselves, and they do a lot of hard work. I'm supposed to give my bio. I'm probably almost out of time. But you know, I feel like I've led an interesting life. And I was telling somebody earlier who's in their 20s or their 30s or something, you know, as you get older, one of the couple benefits are you know more and you care less, which I'm finding to be a real joy of my 50s is that knowing more and caring less. It gives you license to kind of relax a little bit and stop worrying so much about what other people think. I've led an interesting life. I grew up here in Los Gatos. I'm from Los Gatos and went to high school here and went to De Anza College. And then I moved to New York City to go to an acting conservatory. I went to an acting conservatory in Manhattan for 2 years. And at that acting conservatory, I met some guys and we played in a very successful rock band in New York City and played in great venues and kind of felt like we owned Manhattan for a few years. that, of course, like a lot of rock bands, didn't exactly end up the way we thought it would, with us, being on billboards and selling platinum albums. But it launched me to go on after that sort of fell apart. I got to travel around the world. I literally took 2 years of my life and left California and traveled and circumnavigated the globe and went to about 30 different countries, where I learned a lot about myself, a lot about the world, a lot about what happiness is. And one of the biggest lessons I learned while I was out there was happiness isn't necessarily equal to stuff. It's a completely different equation. And sometimes I get here in Silicon Valley, the stuff equals happiness appearance seems to be prevalent, where I know in my heart that that's not true. And so I got to live with people who were incredibly poor and incredibly happy. And that's an amazing thing to take with us and remember. I also, on that journey, got to meet my wife, Christina, who some of you might know still. She took some photos here some years ago. Just another piece of the TLG family and the Bernasconis. And she and I have now been married for 27 years. We met in Indonesia on a teeny little island called Gili Trawangan off of the island of Lombok, which is also a tiny little island. And 27 years later, we're still enjoying each other's company, which I find to be a complete miracle, that you can live with somebody that long and still like them. And now for the past 20 years, I've been working here as a real estate broker in the Bay Area. I sell residential real estate, I sell houses, which largely means that I just get to take care of people. I get to, help them through very difficult and very important and meaningful and sometimes very scary transitions in their lives, when they're spending a lot of money or moving out of the family house that they raised their kids in, where they have tons of memories, or finding a smaller place where they're going to have to squeeze their life into, or moving to a place like this, like I did with my mom. And it is it's a weird job. I think we get looked at a lot like we're, sort of salesy. And in fact, the ones who do it the very best are actually very people-y. We really focus on taking great care of people and their concerns and their needs. And it's been a great career for me. I went over my kids. Oh, a couple of things Bradley mentioned. I should tell you that I play in this really wonderful band now locally called The Complications. It's a 9-piece horn band that plays funk and R&B. If you ever get a chance to come out and see us, or if we ever get a chance to play here, I absolutely guarantee you will have a great time. We have a lot of fun. And lastly, I started a podcast here in Los Gatos about Los Gatos. So if you're interested in learning or staying in touch with what's happening here in Los Gatos, we're doing interviews with people. So we just recently interviewed Lisa Frazier, who was the principal at Fisher Middle School. We interviewed a guy named Alan Feinberg, who is a historian about the town of Los Gatos. We interviewed Terry Duryea, who a lot of you might know, who was also on the board with me, because he's, after 20-something years, 24 years, he's leaving Los Gatos, and we kind of wanted to know what his thoughts were on leaving Los Gatos. We talk about housing. We talked about the idea that they might one day open a marijuana dispensary here in town, and the pros and cons of things like that. And if you're interested, it's Podcats LG. We have a little play on words. It's a podcast called Podcats. Thank you.
That's good.
Thank you. I'm making sure I'm connecting with people. Yeah. Podcatslg.com if you guys are interested. I think that's probably about the amount of time I have. You guys are wonderful. I really appreciate it. And I'm really glad to be a part of this whole place. Thank you guys so much.
Thank you, Brian. Thank you for that. Adrian, take note. We already got it written down. The complications. Perfect. Well, we're grateful for you. We're grateful for your family, and we're grateful for all the service that you have provided and continue to provide for the Terrace of Los Gatos. Some residents have been asking about, are we going to resume the opportunity to have lunches with our advisory board members, something that we were doing pre-pandemic. And yes, so starting next month, and we'll have more details to share over the course of the next couple of weeks, but we will start having our advisory board members joining residents for lunch in the main dining room. So we'll share more information about how to sign up and when they'll be here in the coming weeks, but we're looking forward to that. Next up, Linda Price.
I'm not that tall. Good afternoon, everyone. Brian, it's good to see you. Thank you for being here and for sharing that. It's been a pleasure working alongside you at times over the years, and it's been a pleasure knowing your family. So thank you. I want to say thank you to the Health Center. That was a great presentation, and we all, I know, agree that they are fabulous. And as Bradley says, and the team says all the time, it's not a competition, but it is, right, Christy? And for those of us, some in leadership, who have gotten to go to other human good communities and work alongside our counterparts or help them out or what have you, while we enjoy doing it, we wish them all the success in the world and their great communities. It is a competition, and we are the best community. So we're all always happy to come back to our home community and be with you all. So just wanted to share that. So just back to my basic business that I usually report on, our occupancy this month or ending in May. We are occupied currently 167 apartments out of 175. 8 apartments are in renovation and 7 are sold, reserved and sold. And there's still 1 that we're showing to the wait list. So we anticipate that being sold really soon. Of those 7 sold, we're expecting 4 move-ins in June and 3 probably in July. Of course, that's all pending the renovations, but it looks like those are on schedule for those numbers, 4 in June, 3 in July. And then we had 4 move-ins in May. So if you're new and you're one of these move-ins and I call your name, if you'd like to stand up, please do so. If not, if you all would just help welcome these new residents when you see them. Winifred James, and she's in N359. Cecil Annison, R373. Hi, Cecil, if you'll stand up. We're glad to have you, Cecil. Cheryl's son, excuse me, M152, welcome. And Jean Ahern in Q164. She may be tired. She just moved in yesterday. So, and you all probably remember how that is, right? So anyway, thank you as always for being such wonderful ambassadors of our community and welcoming our new residents and your new neighbors. The Lodge is occupied at 44 apartments out of 45, and the Grove is occupied at 15 apartments out of 16. So we have 1 apartment in both those levels of care. And of course, there's family conversations going on. So we'll keep you posted on what happens there. And as always, my team is always getting calls from your friends, either phone calls or pop-ins. They drop into our office when they're on campus visiting you. So we appreciate your referrals. And lastly, I don't know if anyone was going to talk about this, but I'm just super happy that TLG is bringing back the Seniors of Distinction program this year. It's going to be held on June 22nd from 3 to 4:30. This is the 24th annual Seniors of Distinction, and we have not had it the past 3 years. The last one was 2019. Of course, we all know why. It was due to COVID. So we're very happy to bring that back. It's just a great, great event. We honor someone from our community. We honor someone from the civic organizations in the outlying community. And it's just really nice to be able to do that and recognize their volunteer services. So we look forward to that later in the month, and I'm sure you will hear more about it. And that's it for me. You guys enjoy your afternoon.
Hello, everyone. In the spirit of competition or no competition, we are actually the lowest turnover within the Human Good family on our team members. So as you can see, with all the longevity, we're very proud of the fact that we're able to retain many of our team members. And we were the original terraces. So many of you probably hear about the different communities and the terraces at Los Altos. We were the original terraces. So I always tell everybody, remember, I'm the OG. So anyway, it's been lots of fun with our competition or lack thereof. So I'm happy to report on what's happening with all team members. We had 5 new hires that started in the month of May. We had a wait staff team member, a lodge certified nursing assistant, a wellness nurse, a community engagement coordinator, and a director of community engagement. I'm sure Bradley will talk a little bit more about that later. So very happy about those folks that joined the team. We also have 5 new hires in the onboarding process. So we have a CNA certified nursing assistant for our memory care, a housekeeper, another wait staff team member, a certified nursing assistant for the health center, and an MDS nurse. And the last lady that was up here, Amy or Amelda, that she spoke, she's actually an MDS person as well. So she'll have somebody that will join her. So very excited about that. Our anniversaries, yes. Oh boy. Minimum data set. They help us bring in money to the health center, Medicare. Oops.
It's a super complicated position. It's a nurse who coordinates nursing assessments for all incoming residents that is then transmitted off to Medicare for reimbursement. So it's part of the care planning process and also part of the reimbursement process.
Thank you. So we have 17 anniversaries for the month of June. We have 7 team members that will be here 0 to 5 years, 3 team members 6 to 10 years, 2 team members 11 to 15 years, 2 team members that will be celebrating their 20-year anniversary. Yebadar Alamu, she goes by Yoda. She's a CNA in the health center. And Olga Rodriguez is a resident assistant in the lodge. She was a housekeeper for many years, and then she moved over to assisted living. And our longest term team member is Ibado Deary. She is also a resident assistant in the lodge, and she will be celebrating 22 years. So very excited about our longevity. We are working on doing a job fair. We have done a couple of them, more so pre-pandemic, but we're going to be hosting another job fair probably this month, towards the end of the month or early July. We're going to be focusing on clinical positions, which is our resident assistants, our certified nursing assistants, licensed nurse, et cetera. So that's what we're going to be doing. So looking forward to that and having some new team members join the team. We will be meeting tomorrow for our Robert Foster Family Education Fund. We continue to get applications for our team members. Many of them are wanting to become certified nursing assistants and also moving into the nursing field, licensed nurses or registered nurses. So very excited, so happy that many of you participated in the car show that was last month or the month before, where we were able to receive some donations for that. So thank you for that, and in advance of any contributions you give. It's such a meaningful part of our team members' lives. So thank you. Any questions for me? Yes. We just hired one in May. We have one coming in June, and I will connect with Sherry. She's going to be coming back this week. I will follow up to see if she is needing any more. Many times, some of the students are able to work more hours in the summer. So I will connect with her and see if that would be workable as well. So yes, we will look at that if need be. Yeah, thank you. Okay, thank you.
Bradley, I think we're doing something right. I think our attendance goes up every single time we do this since I've been here. It started out as maybe 10 or 15 people. Now we've got a whole room, which is awesome. Hello, everyone. Welcome again to our State of the Business. I have a lot of great things coming up for the month of June. As we know, Mother's Day is not the only parent that we celebrate on the 18th. It's Dad's turn to be celebrated, and boy, we just do it up right. We'll do another big barbecue, similar to what we did for Memorial Day. Many of you attended that and seemed to have a great time with that. On the patio is going to be busy. We're going to be doing a lot of things on the patio. We really like that space, and it's a very attractive area. Farmers Market will be back on the 16th of June. Enhanced, we're going to be adding coffee stations. Adrian and I are working together to come up with live music perhaps for that event. And we're also in July going to incorporate a teaching kitchen. So there'll be a live action cooking going on with the Farmers Market as well. And that'll be on the 14th of July. As mentioned, as Linda mentioned, Seniors of Distinction will be here on the 22nd. We have a wonderful event there. And good news for everyone, we hired a chef. New chef will be starting on, absolutely, nobody's happier than I. It means that my hours in a week will go from 90 to maybe less than 90. It'll be fantastic. Caroline McCormick is her name. She's a native of Australia. We won't give her a hard time for talking funny to us. To her, we talk funny. But she'll be a great asset. She did some time at Stanford Dining Services, which is a pretty demanding place in and of itself. She starts on the 19th, but she'll be going to Southern California to do some onboarding with Morrison. Should be back on property by around the 26th of June. Gosh, I hope it's sooner than that, but it probably won't be. It's fine. It's been a real pleasure. One of the great pleasures of wearing all of the hats in the kitchen is that I get to really intimately see how the operations are going and what's actually going on. So it gives me a little less time in the dining room. That was commented to me the other day. Haven't seen you in the dining room very much, Paul. What's going on? Are you okay? I've been busy, but it's a great time for us, good asset, and we're very excited about it. Lots of other good things going on through the kitchen. From product standpoint, we're coming to the end of the 7-week cycle, so I will be asking all of you more questions about what did you like, what did you not like, and we're making changes on the fly as we go. You know that one of the things we do in dining services is we're very adept at the pivot. When something's not going right, we pivot and make it different or make it better, and optimistically both. Anyway, so that's kind of where we stand in dining services. Thank you all so much for being so wonderful. There are no negative comments as far as I'm concerned. They're all positive because they're making it more like your home. And thank you so much for giving us the opportunity to do that for you. Have a great day. Yes, Ms. Jacobs, I'm sorry. Sure. Okay. I don't know what you want me to do with that, but I appreciate the feedback. We'll look to do better. Yes, Ms. Babb.
I think this food's been delicious, and I appreciate the hard work you put in. I know you worked a lot of hours.
Well, I appreciate that as well. But your comment is well taken, Ms. Jacobs. I understand. Thanks so much. Yes, Susan.
You talked about comments. The last time I looked, you didn't have any more comments.
Oh, they're back. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. There's a stack of them there ready for your pencils and pens. Absolutely. Yeah.
Do they actually read them?
I read every single one. Yeah.
That's what I said.
Yeah. I read every single one of them. It's our fastest line of communication. 100%. Yeah. Anyone else? Great. Y'all have a wonderful afternoon. Thanks so much.
Afternoon, everyone. Updates from buildings and grounds. We have quite a bit going on this month, so try and get through this list, and just know that most of what I'm talking about has been posted on TLG Connect for review, and we'll continue to update that as we go through this month. Beginning off, the town of Los Gatos has sent us a notice of street repairs and improvements. It isn't quite clear yet which streets will be affected first, but Camilla Terrace, Blossom Hill, and Cherry Blossom. The project's expected to begin on June 12th and last until the end of July. So during that time, I've been in contact with the superintendent. He's well aware of our community and the needs of our residents, and to make sure that emergency services will have access as needed. Although it looks like I would recommend that Shannon Road may be the best entrance and exit into the community. So keep that in mind. We've recently started the remodel of our team member break room. That's currently underway and is coming along nicely. Team members should be grateful and appreciative of that. June 5th and June 7th, we have fire door and fire damper repairs. I had a company come out and assess all of our fire doors and fire dampers throughout the community, and they'll be out to make the repairs as needed. June 5th and 6th, for those of you in P building, we are doing a trash chute cleaning. So the refuse rooms in P building will not be accessible on those days. On June 7th, I have the Santa Clara County Fire Marshal. He's going to be arriving to do an annual inspection of the entire community and all of our life safety documentation. So I'll be with him most of the day, and that should be a fun event. June 19th and June 20th, I have our fire alarm monitoring company scheduled to come out to do an annual sprinkler inspection. So schedule's been posted on TLG Connect, but we will need access into everyone's home to look at the fire sprinklers. As a reminder, make sure there's 18 inches of clearance from the sprinkler head. We hope that goes smoothly. The schedule is probably subject to change. We'll see how fast we can get through it, but we're hoping to get to all of you within 2 days. So hopefully make yourselves available. You will not need to be home, but if you have any questions or concerns about that, please contact us. Yes, Sam.
When you're doing the fire alarm inspection, are you going to be doing the apartment inspection?
When we're doing the fire alarm inspections, are we doing the apartment inspections? We are not at this moment, just because we have a lot going on this month, and I have some other things happening this month as well, and we just don't have the time to do that right now. It will be scheduled for later in the year, yes. Last major project on June 12th through the 30th. It's going to be a 3-week project we hope to complete. We are doing an upgrade of the aerial call system. So all of the pull cords and motion sensors within your homes are going to be replaced. It's going to be another big project where once again we'll need access into everyone's home. We should hopefully only be in your homes for 15 to 20 minutes to swap out the devices, and we'll be on our way. But this was a capital project that was moved through by IT. So we're making sure that these devices get replaced for safety. And yes, Stuart. A difference in function of these devices? Not necessarily. They're just same thing. They're just updated devices with newer software in them. There should be an advantage to them, yes. So window washing, yeah, I'm aware of that needing to be done as well, but for the time being, we're just focusing on these things, but it will be addressed later on in the year.
About the kind of street work that is planned for Blossom Hill.
So the street work was described as resurfacing, restriping, fixing any potholes. So it sounds pretty extensive, but it'll be something that's the same thing will happen on Cherry Blossom, Camilla Terrace as well, yeah. So it'll be a big project, but once it's done, it'll probably look very nice driving down Blossom Hill Road. Yes, Sharon Roth. Will there be a schedule of the apartments that we enter? Yes. And that should have already been posted on TLG Connect. Yes, Paul Barish. They have, yes, that project is completed. So the cellular boost project that we installed newer antennas and in our parking garage has been completed, also within buildings A and C. So the cell phone reception should be full bars. Yes, ma'am. That's another project. We'll discuss at a later time, but it's still in progress.
The question was about the solar project. And yeah, at this point, we don't have any significant updates to share.
Yes, Pat Garland.
Yes.
Not yet, but Bradley and myself and the person from our team we're meeting very soon to discuss details on that project and how we'll move forward with it. Not at this time, but it's something we're working on. Just lastly, a couple other things I don't have dates on, but are expected to happen in June. The community signage replacement, all the community signage throughout the community is going to be replaced. It's going to be an extensive project. Once again, we're removing, I'll put some temporary signs up. We'll need to patch and paint, and then all the new signage will go into place. After we complete the team member break room, we'll be remodeling of the team member bathrooms. Building D, we're replacing the boiler. We're just waiting for some parts to come in, so it's to be determined, but I'm hoping to have that completed this month. And lastly, we're just continuing with some landscaping improvements. I know there's some questions about the mulch along Blossom Hill and patio homes. That's coming very soon. Other than that, that's all for me. Any questions?
I get a
Yes,
question.
Bradley.
That's it?
That's it. I know.
So there was a comment about the gallery, and I've got some updates I'll share in just a minute. But hold on, Vincent, don't go anywhere. I hope it's okay if I share this. Clearly, there's a lot going on in the Buildings and Grounds Department, and we appreciate it very, very much. Vincent is rushing to get as much done as he possibly can this month because he's up against kind of a little bit of a time crunch. Many of you may know Vincent is going to be a father next month. So congratulations, Vincent. And thank you for all that you do. Make sure you get it all done so that you can take time to be with your family. All right, man, that was a lot of stuff. Okay. I've got a couple of updates. I want to invite two of our newest team members to come on up so we can formally introduce you. Many of you have met Adrian already. Adrian, come on up. Elizabeth as well. Adrian, as Christy mentioned, is our Director of Community Engagement, and we are super excited to have him on our team. And Elizabeth has joined our team just 2 days ago. So she knows everything and she will have all of the answers to all of your questions. But Elizabeth is our activity coordinator. So I'll pass the mic over to whichever one of you wants to go first to introduce yourselves and tell us a little bit about you.
Hi, everyone. My name is Adrian Marshall. I am from the Caribbean. I'm from Jamaica. So I'm originally born and raised in Jamaica. I moved here, I want to say like 12 years now. Yeah, October will make it 12 years. So yeah, I moved here 12 years ago. I have a 5-year-old daughter. I keep saying she's 5 going on 20. She is just a trip. But yeah, so my background is in early childhood education with a minor in special ed. And I have a degree in, as I said, early childhood education from Jamaica. But when I moved here, I changed my whole career, my whole life. And now I work I started off as an activities director. So I've been doing activities for an engagement planning and all of that for about 8 years, going 9 years now. So I have an extensive background in planning, executing, doing it myself, pull it up, break it down, and just working in senior living. So yeah, that's it. Anything else you guys want to know? Any questions? All right, so I'll pass it over to Elizabeth. I've also just wanted to add that I've worked with Elizabeth for 2 years. Yeah, we've worked together for 2 years. We helped open Oakmont of Silver Creek. So that's where I'm coming from. I've worked with Oakmont for 5 years, where I work as an activities director. Then I step away and work with the regional team, where we go around and open up new buildings and create new programs and just kind of like get the building started. So I work as a marketing event coordinator for like a year and a half, 2 years, from the starting of the pandemic until 2022. Yeah, so we've worked together very closely for some time. Oh, go ahead.
What does a director of community engagements do?
So my role as the community, I will be putting together a lot of different engagement. I'm trying to bridge the gap between independent living and assistant living, and we'll be just planning different events and events and different activities, or outings, or I'm going to be navigating and also coordinating a lot of the events between culinary, dining service, and whatever other else department. I'll be working with some of the committees as well to help set up stuff. So instead of reaching out to Sandy, you guys will just reach out directly to me, and I'll get all of that situated and set up for you with the help of Elizabeth.
So it's this community and not Los Gatos or Santa Clara County, or?
No, just this community.
Okay, got it. Thank you.
Jocelyn did. I just came on board, and that was already planned. Oh, I'll pass it on. You know what? I did that.
Hello, my name is Elizabeth Silva, and I was born and raised in San Jose. Been here my whole life. My husband and I have a 35-year-old son, 8-year-old grandson. I come from the beauty industry, but then the pandemic happened and I got a job with senior living, and I love it. And I was resident relations director at the Oakmont of Silver Creek. So I'm very excited to be here. A little nervous right now, very excited to be here. And I'd love to make relations with all of you guys. Excited to be here. It's with Adrian. We're upstairs. It says activities upstairs.
You work in Silver Creek?
Yeah, Oakmont of Silver Creek.
I lived there for only 27 years.
Oh, in the Silver Creek area?
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, it's beautiful there.
Yeah. Work at Kentucky?
No, at Oakmont of Silver Creek Senior Living.
Oh.
The senior living community. It's only been there for 2 years. It's new.
Yes, I investigated that before I came here.
Yeah, nice. Glad you're here. Right, that's it. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Adrian and Elizabeth, for taking some time to be with us and for joining the team. We are super excited to have you both on our team. I wanted to take a minute to recognize 3 of our team members who are recent graduates of a program called Good to Grow. Good to Grow is a program that is a sort of subsidiary of a human good wide organization called Human Good University. We've realized over the years that we need to do all that we can to help develop our team members, help them grow, help them become the futures of our communities and our organization. Kendall Kempis, our executive assistant, Estella Rodriguez, our personnel scheduler, and Willie Vasquez, our admissions coordinator, were three of the, I think, 42 Human Good team members that are the second graduating class of the Emerging Leaders Program within Good to Grow. So I don't think any of them are here with us right now, but we're super excited for them. We're happy that they took the time and the effort and the energy that went into completing that Good to Grow program. So if you see them, feel free to congratulate them on that accomplishment. Yes.
Is the Good to Grow program connected with the Human Good Leadership or not?
The question is the Good to Grow program connected with the Human Good leadership? It is, so there's a sort of division within the Human Good organization called Human Good University. And there's several things that the Human Good University team does. And part of it is facilitating this program, as well as and there are two sort of leadership development programs. There's one called the Emerging Leaders Program, and then there's another one called the name slips my mind. It's a, I don't remember the name, but it's a senior leadership development program. So for team members that are currently in leadership positions, giving them additional skills and training to grow within their leadership. So it is closely tied, and it's facilitated by Human Good Leadership.
Will they be given different positions?
Not at the moment, but we are prepping them to continue to grow, but no changes for any of them at the moment. Thank you all for participating in the resident experience survey. We completed the survey with a total overall participation rate of 82%, which was fantastic. It was 81% in, why is that squeaking? That's squeaking, right? It was just, okay. 81% in assisted living, 88% in independent living, and 55% in memory care. Overall, last year, 2021, our participation rate was 72%, and last year was 67%. So a significant increase in participation. Want to thank all of the resident volunteers that helped make that happen. We had residents that were volunteering their time outside and inside the dining rooms, both here, the main dining room, and the assisted living dining room. Residents were going to other residents' homes and apartments to help them complete surveys. Thank you very, very much. We do not have the results from the survey yet. They will likely come to us and be available sometime this month, and then we'll start the process of kind of going through everything and developing action plans, and then putting together, we'll have a presentation that summarizes the results, and then we'll also work on putting together our action plans and sharing those action plans with the community as well. It was mentioned earlier, but the Seniors of Distinction event, this is a wonderful, wonderful community-wide, and when I say community this time, I mean beyond the terraces of Los Gatos, including the greater Los Gatos and Monte Sereno communities. As Linda mentioned, it's an opportunity to recognize volunteers throughout the greater community. The event will take place on June 22nd at 3 p.m. There are multiple ways to join. Because it is a community-wide event, there are 8 different volunteer organizations that have an honoree. And then with each of the honorees, they have a number of guests that they can come in attendance. So we're gonna have a full house that day. There will be limited number of seats available here in the GRA. We will also have the event streaming in the lodge dining room, as well as the lodge or the conference room. And that will also be streamed on TLG TV, so on channel 998. or you can join on Zoom through the Activities Cube. So many ways to join, and we encourage you to join us. And I really want to thank the advisory board, because it's the advisory board that really makes this event happen. They do all the heavy lifting and we provide the space. And Brian, lead guitarist of the Complications, will be the MC of the event. So other role is MC. So he's a busy guy. We are going to have a visit from John Cochran, the CEO and president of Human Good, on July 20th. So residents and team members will have the opportunity to spend some time with him. We'll share more details about the specifics and what the plans will be for that day. But we look forward to his visit to the community. Also, June 15th, 2 weeks from today, I want to give a special invitation to everyone to join the community chat. Every month, there are 2 community-wide meetings similar to this one. There's the State of the Business, and then there's the community chat, which is on the 3rd Thursday of the month at 1:15. It's a little more casual, a little less structured. This is going to be our opportunity to say goodbye to Cindy. All of you probably know Cindy McCalmont, our spiritual care director, who we absolutely love and adore, will be moving with her family to the East Coast. June 15th will actually be her last day. So please, if you would like to, please come to the community chat. And then plan to stick around for a couple of minutes afterwards if you'd like to spend some time with Cindy. Galleria redesign. So, oh man, okay. We'll publish this maybe in the weekly updates tomorrow. We'll do that. But this is a rough timeline of kind of where we're at in the process. As of yesterday, design drawings are at 50% complete. On June 14th, design drawing should be at 90% complete. June 16th, so the following week after the design drawings are at 90%, we will be engaging with members of the decor committee. And then let's see, construction drawings 50% complete at the end of this month. At that point, starting in July, we will also be engaging with all residents outside of those from the decor committee, soliciting feedback and input. By July 15th, construction drawings should be 90% complete. And by the end of July, the construction drawings and plans should be submitted to the town of Los Gatos for review. So we're making great progress. 2 important reminders. Please return your shopping carts to where you've gotten them from, and please don't leave them in the elevators. That has apparently been happening, and it creates problems getting in and out of the elevators. And please remember to not park in the visitor parking spaces. We are also encouraging and reminding our team members to do so. If you have caregivers that provide services for you, please make sure they know that they should be parking in the team member parking spaces, which is next to the church, so that we can keep all available visitor parking spaces available for visitors. Linda Sampson.
We have vendors who are parking in our parking space.
We have vendors who are parking in our parking spaces. Also, we try to stay on top of that, but it is not, we're not always perfect at it. So duly noted, and we will make sure to pay a little bit more attention. Yes, Ms. Sun.
I was wondering if there was any way to have people not back in to the parking spots in front of our units.
So the question is if there's any way to have people not back into the parking spaces in front of their units. That is a good question. And if you wouldn't mind sticking around afterwards, I'd love to hear a little bit more so that we can figure out what we can do. Okay, we are out of time, but I wanted to mention also on June 22nd, a really special event. There's a gentleman named Eric Weinmeyer, who is the first blind person to summit Mount Everest, as well as the first blind person to summit all of the 7 highest peaks on all 7 continents. And he has done a lot of other very remarkable things. Just a really, really impressive individual. He happens to be a family member of one of our, a resident of one of our human good communities on the East Coast. And we will have the opportunity to hear him speak virtually on June 22nd at 10 o'clock. It'll be virtual, so you can join it online, but we'll also have it played here in the GRA so that you can come here and watch him speak. It is really going to be a special event. When we're done, I'll play a video briefly. If you're welcome to stick around and watch it. Just a 3-minute video, a little bit about him and his life. And actually, we are out of time. Thank you for being here. I will stick around for a couple of minutes. I'll play this video if you want to stick around for 3 minutes and watch it. Phyllis.
Let me just say for those who don't know it, that this Sunday at the chapel service is Cindy's last Sunday during the chapel service. So I would like to hear her.
Oh, great. Thank you. For those who may not have heard, this Sunday, Cindy will be leading the Sunday chapel service at 3 o'clock. We do not have somebody chosen to take her place yet. Susan.
I just wanted to say, she really embodies a spiritual director. Yeah. It doesn't matter what religion you are. It doesn't matter if you even have a religion. She is such a comfortable person to speak to. Watching her with residents is just amazing. She really, it's heartbreaking to see her leave. Yeah.
When people say it's summit for the view, I think they're missing a lot of the equation of why we do summit honestly is pretty anticlimactic. Is for me the most exciting part. My name is Eric Weinmeyer. I'm the first blind person to have climbed the tallest peak in every continent.
So June 22nd, there was a question if it will be available on 998. It won't because of technical, we aren't able to stream it on 998. So if you can't join through your computer at home, feel free to come to the GRA and we'll have it playing there. So thanks everyone for being here. You can, you'll be able to log in through your computer at home if you'd like to. If you go into the activities cube, there'll be a link to join. Or you can come to the GRA. Thanks everybody. Sorry we went a little over time, but have a great afternoon.